We're going to work through questions 26 through 30. On this one, we want to write the equation for the graph below in terms of x. We're given a linear equation, and we do have a few ways that we can find the equation of this line. So I'll take you through two different ways to do it. So one way is to identify 2 points on the line. So what I want is a point like this that's very clear, that we can see that we have a y coordinate of 3 and an x coordinate of 2. So let's label that. So that's the point 2, 3. And I have another point on the graph. Let's say this one right here is clear. That is -2, 1. When we have 2 points on the graph, we can calculate the slope. And the calculation for slope is using the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to let one point be x1, y1, and one point be x2, y2. And we'll substitute that into our formula. So that gives 1 minus 3 over -2 minus 2. And when we simplify, 1 minus 3 is -2. -2 minus 2 is -4. And that reduces to 1/2. So this equation has a slope of 1/2. Once we know the slope, we can use point slope form. That's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. To use point slope form, we're going to use the slope that we just calculated and one of the points on the line. One of the points is substituted into the x1, y1. So when we make the substitution, we get y minus 3 equals 1/2 times x minus 2. And we want to write this in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to distribute the 1/2. That's y minus 3 equals 1/2 x and 1/2 times the -2. That's y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1. I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and that gives y equals 1/2 x plus 2. We have the equation of the graph. Now, there is another way for us to find the equation of this graph. We have slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And if I highlight this point right here, hopefully you can tell that that ordered pair would be the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where the graph crosses or touches the y-axis. So let me label that y-intercept. And that ordered pair is 0, 2. So that gets us the value of b being 2. So in my slope-intercept form, b is 2. Now you can also find the slope of the line by using rise over run. Slope is rise over run. So you want to identify 2 points on the graph, just like we've done here. We've identified these 2 points, and I want to think about traveling from one point to the other point by rising and running. So if I rise, I would travel 2 units up, and I would travel 4 units across. That's a rise of 2 and a run of 4. So that rise over run is 2 over 4 and gets our slope of 1/2. So we have our equation y equals 1/2 x plus 2. On this example, we want to find the equation of the line with slope equal -6 and passing through the point 3, -20. We're going to write our equation in slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b. I'm going to show you two different ways to get the equation of the line. So the first way is going to be using point slope form. That's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We're given the slope of -6, that's m, and we're given a point on the line that's going to be x1, y1. We're going to substitute into that equation that point slope form, and we have y minus -20 equals -6 times x minus 3. We're going to put this in slope-intercept form. Y minus -20 is the same thing as y plus 20. We use a distributive property. -6 times x is -6x. -6 times -3 is a plus 18. And I'll subtract 20 to get the equation y equals -6x minus 2. So we've gotten the equation using point slope form. Another way to get the equation is to use slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And in this example, we're going to substitute the point in for x and y. So that would give -20 equals -6 times 3 plus b. We have -20 equals -18 plus b. I'm going to add 18 on both sides, and that gives b equals -2. Once we know the value of b, we can substitute it in, and we have our equation y equals -6x minus 2. On this example, we want to find the equation in terms of x of the line through the points -3, 3 and 2, 1. So we're given 2 points on the line. We can calculate the slope using the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to let one of the points be x1, y1, and the other x2, y2. When we substitute into our formula, that gives 1 minus 3 over 2 minus -3. 1 minus 3 is -2. 2 minus -3 is 2 plus 3. That gives -2 over 5. So we have a slope of -2 over 5. And now we'll use our point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we'll substitute in, that's y minus 3 equals -2/5 times x minus -3. We're going to simplify this equation. We have y minus 3 equals -2/5 times x plus 3. And we want to write the equation in terms of x. So we're going to have y equals. Let's distribute that -2/5. to both of these terms, we have y minus 3 equals negative 2/5 x minus 6/5. And I'll add 3 to both sides. And to add 3 to both sides, I need to get a common denominator. 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1, and I want it to have a denominator of 5. I'm going to multiply by 5 over 5. So that gives negative 6/5 plus 15/5. And now that those fractions have the same denominator, we can combine the numerators. Negative 6/5 plus 15/5 is a positive 9/5. And we have the equation y equals negative 2/5 x plus 9/5 being the line that passes through the points negative 3, 3 and 2, 1. Given the line with the slope of 3 and passing through the point negative 2, negative 3, which of the following is the correct point-slope equation of the line? The point-slope formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The slope is m, and the point is x1, y1. So we're going to substitute these values into the formula to get y minus negative 3 equals 3 times x minus negative 2. And I'll simplify everywhere I see these double negatives, and I have y plus 3 equals 3 times x plus 2. And you can see that this choice right here is the correct choice. Graph the line described by y plus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 3. This is a linear equation which is written in point-slope form. Point-slope form is when you have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. x1, y1 is a point on the graph, and the m is the slope. So because this equation is written in point-slope form, we're able to draw this graph without doing any calculations. We want to plot our point, so let's analyze. We have y plus 2 equals 1/2 times x plus 3. So we need to figure out what the x1, y1 is. Now we have a plus instead of the minus, so we're going to use the opposite. Our point is negative 3, negative 2. The slope is 1/2. So let's plot that point, negative 3, negative 2, and we're going to use the slope to get to a second point. We're going to rise 1 and run 2. Rise 1 and run 2 gets us to a second point on the line, and we'll connect those 2 points with a straight line. So we are able to draw the graph using point-slope form. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.